Hello there, it's Jessie here. Welcome to the channel. Come in and take a seat if you want to see angry Jessie. Okay guys, I was woken up at 4 a.m. this morning with my heart feeling like it's being ripped out of my chest, and I've opened my phone and I saw that I had a comment from somebody, Mr. Michael. Thank you. Big up, because you have triggered an entire process for me, which I will explain now. So yesterday I was talking about being a bit angry about a situation and not really knowing what to do with my anger. I was like, well, I can't really blame this guy because he told me from the very beginning. I can't really blame myself. And then what I did is I blamed the world. And then Mr. Michael pointed out, he was like, oh, angry at the world being emotionally closed when you're attracted to emotionally available men. Let me explain my process. My initial reaction was like, oh my God, he's right. Look at me, trying to blame. And then I got really, I was unsatisfied. I immediately wrote a comment back to this guy being like, yes, you're right. I was in the wrong. Look at me trying to blame. And then I thought, I'm going to feel my emotions right now. I'm going to feel my anger. I'm going to let myself feel my anger, and I'm not going to censor myself of where this anger wants to go. I'm going to let it and observe what's happening. So I let myself be really, really angry. I got angry with you, Mr. Michael, for thinking that, because basically with this comment, what it felt like is like, I don't have a right to be angry. That's what it triggered in me. I'm not saying you said that. And I was like, I'm going to let myself be angry. I'm going to let myself be angry at this guy. I'm going to let myself be angry at me. I'm going to let myself be angry at my father for being emotionally unavailable. I'm going to let myself be angry at my mother for choosing an emotionally unavailable man to be my father. I'm going to be angry at the world that so many of us are emotionally unavailable to each other. I'm angry about this, and I let myself be angry. And then I realized with my anger that I'm trying to find a place for it to go. I'm angry at you, I'm angry at me, I'm angry at my father, I'm angry at my mother, I'm angry at the world. Maybe I'm just fucking angry. I can see that in trying to blame somebody, I'm trying to have a reason for my anger, rather than just letting myself be angry and experience anger. I said yesterday, when I was 15, they wanted to put me in anger management. Now, I didn't want to go to anger management not because I was worried. I didn't want to go to anger management because the people that went to anger management were the low achievers, the broken, fucked up people. And I didn't see myself that way. So I was like, there's no way I'm going to hang out with that lot and be associated with that group. I'm not going to go. It's okay to be angry. I'm telling myself this. I've got this message repeatedly in life, anger is wrong. Somebody else put a comment on a video saying anger is based in fear. And I'm trying to see how that lands with me. For me, there's an element of truth. Perhaps if you feel fear, we use anger to avoid the fear, to protect ourselves from the fear. I think that's slightly true. But I'm thinking about it, and anger protects. And this is how I've come to this. And if you feel differently, let me know. I'm always about expanding my truth. But I always use the emotions of animals to help me understand emotion. Because animals don't have this fucking complexity where we complicate things. Okay, and you can see a dog. Let's take a dog, for example. You know when a dog's in fear, and you know when a dog's angry. If a bitch is protecting her cubs, is she afraid that she might lose them? Is a dog going that far ahead? Oh my God, if this happens and I lose my kids, then I'm going to be sad because I've got an attachment to them. No, she's just protecting. I think anger protects. And it's absolutely okay. And it doesn't need to be what I had to learn, that I have to point it and blame. Okay, that was my own ego mechanism. It's not about blame, but it's okay to just be angry. If a kid doesn't get what they want, they get angry. This is what happened to me with this dude. What am I angry? I didn't get what I wanted. So my initial reaction is anger. That's the emotion. That's okay. The anger is showing me that I'm living in a world and making decisions based on what isn't true to me. And that makes me angry, and that's okay. I love anger. It's okay. It's okay to be angry. It protects. It's sacred. Does anybody have any more insight in anger, what its purpose is? You know, I've heard also that like when our boundaries are overstepped, that's another reason we get angry. We're protecting our space. This is how I feel today. Angry. And it feels fucking good. I'm going away for the weekend. I'm angry about it. And I said to my friend, and she very, very greatly pointed out, I was like, I'm feeling uncomfortable, like going away for this weekend is out of my comfort zone. And she was like, it's not your comfort zone. And, you know, I had to question, okay, if whenever we're putting ourselves out of our comfort zone, what is it that's making us uncomfortable? And I think what it is for me is I'm going to have to feel like I need to be inauthentic to make the weekend nice and happy for everyone. God forbid I turn up there angry. I'm still angry that we haven't fully resolved this relationship and we're pretending like everything's okay. I'm still angry about all the unresolved, unspoken things. And now I feel like I have to go and just pretend none of it's there. That's not true. I don't have to do that. But I feel like I have to keep everyone else happy. And it doesn't make me happy. And this is the like complex thing about life, isn't it? In relationships, where it's like we've got all of our own things and our own idea of what we need to live life, how we want it to be. And that's in conflict with other people. And we got to learn to get along. Inauthenticity. One more thing I'm going to share about anger, which is very interesting. My friend said, this came from Bashar. Bashar says that anger lasts, was it 7 seconds? I don't remember. A certain amount of time, like 7 seconds, let's say. And then beyond that, it's judgment. I don't know if judgment's the right word for me here, but it was very interesting this morning when I was letting myself feel everything I was feeling. This anger was rising up in me. And then it disappeared. And I was a bit confused at the time. I was like, what? Am I suppressing it? Is a coping mechanism coming in? Am I disassociating from the anger? But it didn't. It would come in waves. I'd be like, angry, 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 angry. And then I'd cry a bit. And then it would be angry, 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 angry. And then I'd laugh. And then I'd cry, and then I'd be confused, and then I was angry again. And it was just letting all of these emotions just move through. When we attach the story to it, like I was, like blame, who's to blame? That's when we hold on to it. That's when it becomes resentment. That's when it stays. Just talking to myself, be angry. Let it surge up, feel the sensation, and it dissipates. And then she told me that. And I was like, that was kind of my experience this morning, actually. As long as I don't hold on to it, and that is the practice. I don't want to be somebody that blames, needs somebody to blame for my anger. I just want to be somebody who is okay with being angry. I'm protecting my space. It's showing me that the world, the reality that I'm in, isn't exactly how I want it. And I get angry when I'm living a lie. I have to go. I've got a very busy day. I'm getting on a plane in a few hours. So here's my anger. Somebody asked for my anger. Here it is. Thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you liked it. Share it with somebody if you think it will help. Let me know your thoughts down below on all of this. I'm sure it will either confirm and validate me or trigger me into a new process. So whatever you want to say, go for it. I'm here for it. Thank you very much. Have a beautiful day, beautiful weekend, beautiful life. We've got this.